Well guys, welcome back. Here we are. I got something I want to go over with you today that I think every woodsman should really plan for themselves. I'm only going to show you some of the things that I carry. It's not the gospel. So come along with me. We'll see what we've got in this and see what you can add or take away from yours that you may find out is just something you don't need. This here is my first aid kit. It's nothing really fancy. It's kind of what I want to talk about though. A lot of times we watch a lot of videos on what's in your first aid kit, and we see a lot of things. Some of these people are trained in this, and I want to make that clear when I say all of this stuff here. If you've not tried it, don't take it. Chances are you could put yourself into a survival situation that you may not be able to get out of because you've done something wrong. So if you want to learn that, I suggest that you go and find someone that's teaching a good survival first aid class while you're out there, and things that you'll need. And you'll be surprised that a lot of them are going to tell you, no, 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 no. You don't stop taking that. So come on guys, I'm going to show you what's in this here that I've been carrying for several years. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the back here. It's just nothing special. This is something that if you have children with you, or if it is something that even if you just need, it's just a cutter sensation. It's a little insect repellent. There's a lot of natural stuff that are out there. As you can see, it's just enough to maybe help you with some mosquitoes or things of that nature. So that's something that you might want to keep in your kit. It's nothing big. It's not a survival, I'm going to be gone for the rest of my life. It's just a comfort item. That's all. As you can see, this is just a MOLLE system here. I don't carry mine in the MOLLE strap system or anything like that. If you needed to, you could. It can also be something that could be strapped on the side of your belt if you're just out and about. It's not a lot of fancies, double zippers, YKK. Who cares about all that, right? We need to find something that works for us. So I'm going to open this up and give you a peek. Oh Lord, there's a lot of stuff in there. That's crazy, isn't it? Well, it's not as much as you think there is. It's a small pack. But I want to show you here, and I'm going to take this out. Now, we have garlic. What is garlic good for? Well, if you take it every day, it's good for your heart. But it has a lighter. It also has inside of that, or on the outside of it, some duct tape. Duct tape can be used for a fire starter. It can also be used in an emergency to keep a band-aid on that doesn't want to stay on. The thing about that is, it's pressure. Guys, when it comes to wrapping something, too much pressure can equal bad health. It can end up in a very survival situation that you didn't realize. Know how much pressure should be applied to something before you go out there. Wrapping something too tight, you can cause blood loss, you can cause limbs to come loose, and I'm no expert in this, but I do know that I have made those mistakes, and I'm here to tell you, it costed me a little bit. It costed me some time. When my wife, which is a nurse, been one for over 25 years, my mother-in-law over 30 years, they will tell you, too tight will cause you to lose it. It's going to take me a while to get all this stuff back in, but no, seriously, I'm going to pull a few items out, and we're going to talk about those items and some of their significances, but not all, because this will be a lengthy video, and a lot of it is things that you yourself would already know just in a thing. This is something I want to talk to you about. This is cayenne pepper. I'm going to put a video up that'll be a little squeamish, nothing bad. It's just working on knives, they happen, cuts and things. I'm going to put that up later on after this video, and it shows you just what happens whenever you put cayenne crushed red peppers on there. Does it burn? Yes, it does. Does it sting? Yes, it does. About 4 to 8 times maybe worse than just pouring alcohol. The trick to this is, this doesn't go in the wound. And too many videos and too many people have read pour it in the wound and it stops the bleeding. No, close the wound up, pour it on the outside of it, and let it clog the outside to stop the bleeding so that it makes its routes. It does what it's got to do to stop it. Pouring it inside of it can cause problems later down the road. But that's all it is basically, and it's just instructions in case it was a pretty bad one and I found somebody get the crushed red pepper and they don't know no better and they just gosh it off into me. So I've kind of wrote a little bit of instructions on it. The next thing is, I don't go out and pay hundreds of dollars for big pain relieving cream. But a lot of times we know when we're out in the woods, little aches and pains will come up, especially when we get our age, a little arthritis maybe. We've worked a little more, just something other to help you ease through the night. These are great to have. You can pick them up most of the time at a dollar store, Dollar Tree things. These are like $1. I keep, in the home, we use the Tiger Balm. Much better product than this one, but this here is what I need in the woods in case I just have it. No sense in wasting one. I'm going to put a link up there. This here is, you've seen me make some of it, and I carry it with me. It's just an antibiotic. It's an ointment that'll help heal sores up and things like that if you get them. I'll put a link to it somewhere right up around in this area here. Inside of this is Band-Aids. Band-Aids are your best friend. There is some waterproof tape. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit of it. You can save room if you need to. Throw this thing out and just keep that, if you're just one of those that like to save room. Those are used for basically putting a bandage on and then wrapping it lightly again in case you needed to. Now, all these things I'm just telling you is what I keep in it. I'm really not going to go through a lot of the things of details of what it is. An assortment of Band-Aids, and I generally keep 2 to 3 kinds of Band-Aids. Just little small ones. Dental floss. 150,000 different ways of using dental floss. I've made bowstrings out of this stuff for little small tinker toys. I've made fire out of them. I've flossed my teeth with them. I've used them to tie on arrow points and stuff. There's a lot of uses. It's $1 at the Dollar Tree. Get you some and keep it. You're going to find there is 4 different things of Neosporin. I keep Neosporin in here all the time because it does help speed up the healing process. These are more Band-Aids here. You're also going to see that I have some triple antibiotic ointment, which is pretty much similar to the same thing. You're going to, well, let's open it out of here. Inside of this, let me get back to just finishing this up. This is just an assortment of Band-Aids and infection wipes and some gauze pads. Nothing major, nothing big, and a bigger size variety of Band-Aids. These are all in this bag right here with this and the one Neosporin. This is in emergency, somebody's having to work on me for whatever reason and they need something. They're not digging through this whole bag. Let's take you over here to some assortments. Now, inside of this, you're going to find hydrocortisone cream, mosquito bites, triggers, things of that nature, any kind of skin irritation. This is at the Dollar Tree. It's just a cheap brand, whatever they sell. It works great. Get you some of it, keep it in there. There's other more expensive ones that don't do any better. Look this stuff up and you'll see the active ingredient, and if it's got that 5%, I think is what it's called, get it and don't pay the price for the name brand. Oral antiseptic. Wow. Seriously, what is this for? Toothaches, things of that nature, things you got a gum blister or something in there. You don't want to be in the woods all night and run a good camping trip over the weekend just because of it. Here's another antiseptic cream, and it's more for itches and things of that nature. One of the things that I did read on this particular one, yeah, this one here, it's an Equate brand, but it's a pain relieving cream, which this is the same as well, but this is more for irritation and relief. but the two of them will work better, are good to work well together. And then I keep some cheap triple antibiotic ointment. And then I've been out many a times and someone that has came with me has a bad toothache or a bad tooth, and it starts hurting them and they're ready to go home, wanting to run my 3 days. Not happening, big guy. I got you covered. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's what I say. Well, now we're back to let's get inside of here. I'm not going to undo this. I might as well, because somebody will say, why didn't you? I have 3 pins, little ones, that I can use. I also have one large one right here. And it's always good to have one large one in your pack. Get you some of these. You can find them inexpensive. There's 1,000,001 ways of using them. There's 1,000 different things you can do with them. Don't get caught without one for whatever reason. If it ain't nothing but holding your pants up. Oh yeah. We've heard this one, right? Well, yes. Keep you one, but wash it. This one here has been washed and put up and folded. Don't buy one brand new and put it in there. They're so cheap that the dyes in them, they just go everywhere and crazy, and that could potentially cause some hazards down the road for you. Don't know that medically. This came in a first aid kit. It's just some stupid little things is what a lot of people call them, but you know what if it's an 8-year-old that's trying to help you and you say, look, there's a card in there, and it tells you no room at all. Here's an ABT 1 patch. It's a large patch. This right here is just something that I can wrap around it and keep the wound as clean as possible. It's nothing. I'm not buying into the big stuff. You got to get all this other crazy stuff. And this is a tubey grip. I've used these here to go over bandages to keep them nice and tight. They're elasticy. They work good. It does have some natural rubber, as it says. If you have an allergic reaction, don't get one of them and put it on. But I keep it in there just for in case I needed it. 1 thermal wrap emergency blanket and 2 light my fires and a pair of scissors. These are very handy to have for putting bandages on and getting them more precise. Alright guys, that's my kit. I've seen these things being put out and a lot of good information are in a lot of them. I don't really have a lot of that information to put on them because it's common sense stuff that you need to take with you. That's my approach. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to play one here on YouTube for you and tell you that this is the ghost of the world. What I am going to tell you though is that when you go, be familiar with what you're going to take. If you are not familiar with it, you are better to leave it at home. A lot of folks have camped with me, and I've had several people that know that when it comes to medical, I know a little bit, but I don't know enough to keep you alive in every situation and scenario. Neither will you. If you're a trained doctor in this here, then you should be able to know to tell someone that. And if you are out there doing it and you've had a few 8-hour courses, you're probably more advanced than I am at that. But the truth of the matter is, are the people you're trying to teach on a 3-minute video or a 10-minute video going to know that? No. So that's why I try to make sure that all of my videos are just cut and dry, simple folks, simple stuff that you need to learn to take out there with you when you're out and about into the woods. That's why these videos are just done right here in the backyard. This is the simple stuff. Alright guys, so there you have it. My first aid kit goes right into my LK35. It's nothing super fancy, it's nothing of that nature. But there's just about everything that I'm going to need to get me out of the situation on a normal basis. Now,
hey, thanks for watching.
If you like our content,
feel free to subscribe here.
Don't forget to hit that bell
So you'll get a notification
as soon as a new video is uploaded.
and we hope to
catch you guys on another video.